Hey everyone, this is Gareth, or soon to be Gina, for Gareth XX Gods Games. That will be my female name. As anyone knows, I am transitioning into a female, but I kind of wanted to talk about something different today. I wanted to talk about, because I have spent a lot of time on it. I might give an update because there is a little bit of news, but instead I wanted to talk about something else that's pretty debilitating in my life, or something that's big, I should say. Um, the trans stuff isn't debilitating, but it's a big issue, and I start to realize now that it kind of all goes hand in hand. And what I'm talking about is depression and social anxiety, and I seem to have both in spades. Like, I know that a lot of people suffer from depression. It just seems like such a, for a lot of people it seems common, and the whole stigma of why don't you just get over it and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And there's a lot of people that just assume that it's just that easy, and that people can just it's change their mindsets in an instant, right? It's just that easy. It's just something you should be able to do, no problem, right? But it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't, unfortunately. You think about, like, I don't know, for me anyway, this is my, and I'm just going to talk from my experience. Sometimes every little decision is debilitating and agonizing, because I just can't. I don't know. I don't want to say like I'm a perfectionist, because believe me, if you met me before all this, I was, deep into my depression. I was just, and I'm still working on it, but deep into my depression, I was just very lazy and unmotivated, very unclean. I didn't care about keeping clean, or trying to keep myself on any kind of, keep myself hold myself accountable for any kind of lifestyle choices or anything. And it's not easy. I'm not saying that I've somehow conquered that, or that I'm better, because every day's a work in progress right now. And while I have been better, and I have been pushing myself and trying to eat healthier and everything, some days, workouts and all that stuff. And what is it today? It's like 3 in the afternoon. I still haven't worked out yet. I haven't gone for a walk. I just bought Star Wars: The Force Awakens on Blu-ray, so I kind of want to watch that. But after this, I'm probably gonna go work out. I'm gonna render it. I'm gonna start uploading it, and I'm gonna work out. But it's not easy. It just battling social, depression hasn't been easy, and social anxiety is another thing that kind of just, it's like the 1-2 punch of like kicking you while you're down, basically. And
Well,
I
it sure got a
certainly
certain
haven't
style.
enjoyed,
Kind of
living
ego
with it all these
sexy.
years, and it kind of just being
Let me
something
guess. Face the
you
blues.
pushed under the
Okay.
radar, or what have you. And yeah, I don't know. It's, how do I what I mean, how do I like talk about it? Like, for years it was something
Alright,
that
there you go. Stand by for wounds.
kept me, you know, in my shell. It kept me the way I was. I didn't want to leave my house. Like, social anxiety didn't make me not want to leave my house. And depression just left me, like, and I still am this way. I'm very indecisive, and I can't sometimes do things for myself. I have to be, like, I can't just make like a leap of logic, or it just depends on what it is. Like, I'll give you an example. Um, I recently was told to make mac and cheese, or not mac and cheese. What am I talking about? I was recently told to make some mashed potatoes. Now, I've never made like the oven ready mashed potatoes before, and I immediately panicked, because I didn't know how to do it. Like, normal people just look at, even if they've never done it before, they might look at the label, read what it is, and just do it. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't force myself to do it because of the uncertainty of doing it right. I I don't know what it is about me because this is a thing that at my workplaces too, in my former workplaces, that I hate screwing up. I you know I want to know how to do the jobs right. And in my one job at Heinz, um, I didn't break a conveyor belt. I just like slowed down a conveyor belt at my last job, and yeah,
Yeah.
the boss
Yes,
got
I've
really
heard.
mad. He gave me the look like I had,
Rental advice.
you know, pissed in his cereal or something, and it made me just, I don't know. I felt
Hold your
felt
fire.
awful. I felt like
Whatever
less
the
than
hell that is.
human, and
It's
just
okay. It's okay. I'm one of you. I mean,
from that day
one of us.
on, they would call you in if you wanted to take shifts or they wanted to get you to work, and I would have panic attacks every time
Would you slow
that
down?
that the
I'm
phone
not
would
gonna hurt
ring. My
you.
heart would skip a beat,
God,
and
especially if you don't slow down.
I would, literally be praying that I wasn't going to go to work that day because every day was an
Stop!
uncertainty
Come down!
of what job I would
Nice
work
fingers.
next. Would I have to learn something
No
new? Would it be too
infrared.
difficult for
Fast,
me
like
to grasp? Would I
really, really
screw up
fast.
and
Conduit fast, man. Screw the flesh eating
have a
fat kid. Do it
boss give
fast.
me that
Don't be
dirty
greedy.
look and
Funny
make me
thing, man.
feel like I
Just before every
had,
shot, you could see the neon sign behind him dim a little.
just made a major mistake in my life, and just because it always felt like overwhelming to me. It just felt hard to cope with, hard to
You
deal
should see
with,
what this
and
guy can do, man. Like
I felt stupid
lasers or something.
whenever
I'm
I
telling you, it would be great to have a one-two
you know,
punch like that and smoke when I get to Augustine.
would screw up at a job. I know that, that's, every job they have to show you how to do things, and but it was nerve-wracking to me because I hated not knowing what the job was. Like I hated like cuz it was always something new, and um I always preferred familiarity. I preferred it. It was my comfort zone. I still have trouble with it at work these days. Like the only job I've ever had was at a packing plant the only job I've ever had that I enjoyed, I should say, was at a packing plant, and the only reason that I enjoyed it was because I was on antidepressants. Something that kept my brain a little bit more balanced and to not think the negative thoughts and not to beat myself up over the the littlest of things because like I said, just unsurety. That's depression to me. Now, granted, I smoked a lot of weed at that job too. That was another thing that got me through depression. Like was smoking marijuana, and thankfully now that I'm transitioning, it's I've quit or I've at least slowed down my intake of marijuana to I don't know, a couple days. But the other one-two punch was sorry, I've got a bad
All right,
cold.
I'm here.
The other one-two
Any
punch is
idea what I should be looking for?
anxiety.
Well, one thing this
Even
test
people I
does
know that
is
I'm
that our
friendly with,
sniper
I
is a
still
sniper.
kind of get scared
You should
and
see this, Reg. It's like
get
he
nervous when I go
literally is
and
the
meet them.
sniper's
Like
nephew.
driving downtown Windsor, trying to find a parking spot,
I don't know. It's just like
dreading having to parallel
girl
park.
stuff. Like
That
the name Brent burned into the
again gets
walls
my
with
heart rate up,
coding
gets me
handwriting, and it is
sweaty and nervous, and
definitely the smelling
every time I
salty
go
kind,
there,
you know.
it's hard. Like I'm starting to get used to it now, but it's something you deal with, and I know it's people say, "Oh, this is not a big deal. You should just be, over it." And I do. I get through with it, but it's still
I'm
there.
aware.
It still lingers, and sometimes it's overwhelming. Other times it's manageable, but you know, um like I said, being around people, not
What do
knowing
you
what to
know?
say and feeling like I just can't contribute because I just don't have the same experiences, or I'm just not good enough or whatever to carry a conversation. That's another part of the social anxiety as well, and it all just,
Yeah, they're like size negative.
it's tough for me. It's to me, it's the hardest thing, and I hate having it. I wish I could just be like other people, and that
Totally.
going
Jane
to a
Eyre is like a
job was
female
just
catcher in the rye.
easy, and just starting a new job was
Relax.
easy, and I didn't have to force myself. And now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I'm Mr. Super Worker who's
I guess
never
this counts as interesting.
hated his job, or I don't know. It's just pardon me, pardon me. I got 4 hours sleep. I got a cold. I got Star Wars to watch. I got workout to do. Today's gonna be a busy day, and I've kind of left it all hanging until the very end here. But
You know, if I had smoke
it's
and
tough.
lasers,
If
I
you know
could, like,
someone going through it,
put on light
just
shows in our living
be
room.
sympathetic. This is what workplaces need to do more of: is be sympathetic to people that have these issues. And
Hey, Reg,
with
I was
trans
just thinking
people
about you.
especially,
Pause.
or at least what I'm told, they are the majority are affected with these things. They have trouble with social situations, and coming out of their shell and whatnot. And
Okay,
it's just
we're on to Augustine. It's gonna be like,
an
whew,
unfortunate thing,
smoking, man. What's I got on?
But yeah, I guess for the last part of this, I don't know how to other than to say that the few people
It's like
yeah,
zap zap. But what
I've
about the
quit
laser
doing
show?
drugs. I don't drink. I do it every once in a while, but I don't do it like to numb the pain like I used to, because I used to smoke weed every day. But I guess the good thing is now that I'm moving forward with my transition, I'm feeling more positive. Like this month I this month I become Gina. I become Gina Bedingfield, from
Yeah,
Gareth,
Oriole's
and
definitely got a thing against drug
I
dealers.
bought a wig on the weekend,
It's
and
weird though, man.
I
If she's just killing drug dealers,
I
then
wore it
why
around
do
the
the
house
police
today.
enforcement get
Actually,
stopped
I
just
spent
taking
some
off
time with
wearing the
some good,
victims like
really great
it could be
people
anyone?
from
Well,
the trans
you'd think
spectrum
the DEP
community,
would
and
warn people
we
who
hung
do
out.
killings
They came
worse
with me to get
randomly
my
that if you're
wig,
not a
and
drug dealer, you're
they were
not in
very
danger.
supportive,
Shouldn't
and
they have a
helped me with a
panic button
few
now?
tips on how to keep my hair. And then today, like I said, I wore my wig around the house with my mom and dad, and they weren't negative. Like they treated me like it was normal, I guess, and that's a good thing. My dad kind of was a little taken back, I'm sure, and my mom was surprised at first, but she knew it was what I wanted, and she wasn't, didn't say anything bad or anything. She actually tried on the wig for a second too,
Alright,
which is kind
right
of
there,
funny.
Allie, but there's a bunch of heavily armed
Um,
dudes here. Looks like a drug deal's going down.
but yeah, on that front, it seems to be going great. I'm glad that I'm glad I have so many people that in my
So
life that
now
care,
you
and
do want me killing people
it
with my
means so
powers.
much, and it means so much for my parents to care, and for them to be supportive. They probably don't think it's as big a deal, but it really is to me. I love my mom and dad, and I want them
Hey, I was
to
trying to do
accept
my
me for
duty as
who
a
I
citizen,
am, and
man. They were trying to do their duty as
you know.
criminals.
But yeah, I'm just so thankful for everyone, and this month on my birthday I become Gina, and I'm thankful to be moving forward instead of backwards, and I have kind of moved back a little bit just because I've kind of been slacking on my workouts a little here and there.
The gate in
It's
front of the alley's locked.
what the hell am I doing there? But yeah, no, I'm good. It just I
Reg,
because people, I lose
she's serious,
contact with
man.
people, and
Speedy,
they
bugged,
wonder
crazy, haggard.
if I
Damn
dislike
good
them
looking.
or whatever. So,
Yeah,
socializing is
no need for
great, and I'm glad
pretense.
I'm doing it, and I wouldn't trade me now for me in the past for anything. But
She said so
sometimes
publicly
it's
all the time.
draining to me to be
Actually,
very
kind of
social, like a
touching.
lot. And so that's why these videos are always good to vent and stuff, and just chat about whatever's on my mind. And that's right now, that's
Now
the
turning
trans
to the
stuff,
title.
really. The depression, like I brought it up on Facebook, and um yeah, I
Okay,
don't know.
so the
This will be
girls
my like
bounce off the
fourth attempt
takeout
to
and
make
come
a
stay
video.
here to sit with me.
Like
I'm going to tell them
every
all about the
time I make a
day
video,
the
it
share
just
crowd is down.
like craps out. So I'm hoping this time is the charm. This, it's So once again, thanks so much for being supportive and watching this channel and listening to me ramble about whatever. I'm gonna be changing my name to Gina Bedingfield by the end of the month on my birthday. So go follow me on Twitter at GarethXGod for updates, and that's it, I guess. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the channel, and thanks for hanging out. Peace.